welcome back to Leeds Lately. Before we get into this one, if you could just hit that big sub button down below, that would massively help me out. So we're on our way to 10k before the start of the season. You'll notice a little bit different. We've got a new green screen set up here for the videos, so hopefully that'll look good. We've also got the Leeds Creator Cup happened yesterday at the time of recording, but you'll see this video on Tuesday. Thank you so much to everybody who donated, to everybody who came out and actually came to the stadium and watched and met us all, and yeah, it was a fantastic event, and hopefully we can do it again next year and the Peacocks might win. Hopefully I can captain the side to victory next time. We were close, it was 3-2 in the end, and if you do want to go over and watch the stream, it's over on Joe Blackburn's channel, so you'll be able to go and watch the goals back and things like that. But yes, thank you everybody for coming out, and it was lovely to meet everybody who I met, and of course to meet the rest of the Leeds community, because I've never met most of them before. I'd only met Lewis because I'd coincidentally been next to him at a home game against Everton. But everybody else, it was meeting everybody for the first time. But yeah, fantastic group of people. Also, obviously now the Leeds kit is out, the away kit. I'll just move the microphone out of the way a little bit. If you do want to get your version of this kit, you'll see the link in the cards now, and if you missed that, it's also in the description. If you use my affiliate link, I will get a small kickback at no extra cost to you, and it's a way to support the channel by buying something you're probably going to buy anyway, but if you use my link, then it really helps me out. Anyway, with all that said and done, new signings are on the way. Florian Plettenburg, the German journalist, has tweeted out saying Anton Stack to Leeds is considered a done deal. Full agreement with TSG Hoffenheim has been reached after intensive negotiations in recent days. A verbal agreement was already in place, as revealed, but Hoffenheim are set to receive 20 million euros plus add-ons, new Premier League chapter for the 26-year-old central midfielder. So another 26-year-old. Stack, of course, stacking up to a great height, 1.94 meters, which I always do this. I need to check what that is in feet and inches, because in Europe, I'm pretty sure that Britain is the only one who actually uses feet and inches. 6.36 foot. So he's a big lad, and he fits this kind of this bill that we're going for this summer. He is a very accomplished defensive midfielder, and that's what you're going to get out of him. He's going to be your holding midfielder. He's going to be that number 6 role. He's not going to be bombing up and down. He's not going to be that box-to-box number 8. However, he can get forward and is capable of getting forward at times. He has been described by some as the German Declan Rice. Maybe a comparison that came a little bit earlier in Declan Rice's career when he was at West Ham, when he very much at times was a properly holding midfielder who would then charge forward sometimes. Latterly in his career, Rice has become more of a box-to-box midfielder, especially for England and such as well. But I do think it's important to state that those comparisons are fairly accurate. Anton Stack, somebody who has a market value of around 14 million euros, so Leeds paying a little bit over what Transfermarkt says, but obviously it's about what that person is worth to their club. So he can play in that defensive midfield role, and that's his main thing. He is also a very capable centre-half, which I do think is important to note here, because if we do have any injuries that require it, we could actually drop Anton Stack into the defence instead of a Rodon, instead of a Bijol, instead of a Strauch, etc, etc. So that does give us certainly an option in there to be able to do it. As well, we've got Bornau as well. I forgot about Bornau. We've got plenty of options at centre-back now, which really kind of gives you a bit of confidence to say we will be solid at the back, hopefully, which when you're trying to build a Premier League team to stay in the division, you really do want to have that ability to have stability at the back and build everything from the back. And I think having somebody like Stack, who not only can drop in as actually playing there from the start, he can drop in as a holding midfielder as well to become an auxiliary centre back and really help out in those situations as well. So, like I said, he's 26 years old, 6'3", and we're paying just over the odds maybe for him, but that's just, take that with a pinch of salt, the Transfermarkt value. But this is a very good transfer, a very good transfer. let's have a little look at some of his statistics then. In terms of his defensive capabilities, that's kind of what you buy in Stack for. You'll be able to see on the screen whilst I'm talking through this, but his interceptions, blocks, clearances, and aerials won. The lowest percentile that he's in for that is being in the top 15% of Europe's top 5 leagues for midfielders. So he's way up there as an efficient, solid, good defensive midfielder. And I think the Bundesliga being similar in its style more to the Premier League than some other leagues, for example, Serie A, which is a bit more slow and methodical and tactical. The Bundesliga is probably the other league in the top 5 leagues that's the most similar to the Premier League. And so I think that's going to translate really well for Anton Stack. I think he's going to be able to translate that across really, really well. One thing to look at as well, shots total. So this is the kind of Declan Rice comparison that we were talking about before. 1.42 shots per 90 puts him in the top 22% of Europe's top 5 leagues midfielders for how often they take shots. So he's not somebody who is going to just never, ever get forward in a shooting position. If he gets a chance, he will shoot from distance, and he's very capable of scoring a goal. This season, 1 goal in the Bundesliga, 1 goal in the Europa League, and 2 assists in the Bundesliga. For somebody who's playing primarily as a holding midfielder, but also as a centre-back as well, those are obviously some really good statistics to be able to have that ability to shoot from distance, which is something that we lack quite a lot in the Leeds squad and have done in the past. He's not just going to play the ball sideways and backwards either. Another one to pick out is his progressive passes. 5.22 per 90 puts him in the 64th percentile. So he's way above average for that. He's trying to play the ball forward more often than not. So I think that's important to kind of note. And I think when we look at the similar players to Anton Stack, you get players like Amadou Haidara from Leipzig, Martin Zubimendi at Arsenal now, who obviously Arsenal have identified as someone who's really, really good, so that's why they've signed him in there. Brian Cristante at Roma, Rodrigo Bentancur as well at Tottenham. So he's in with some good established Premier League and European midfielders in terms of his similar statistics. So I think that's important to kind of say as well. He's a very good player, and for Leeds to be able to get him is a fantastic deal, because other teams certainly were looking at him. I think even Scum were looking at him as well, although they are our relegation rival, really, aren't they? So we don't need to worry too much about that. But Anton Stack is somebody who stacks up really, really well. He is a very, very physical player. He'll win you a lot of slide tackles. He'll win you a lot of standing tackles, shoulder, using his body well to get the ball away from players. And his tracking back as well is really good. He's basically Gruev, but a better. And I do think that this leaves Gruev in a position where he's going to have to really, really fight for his place in the team. Now, I didn't watch the Leeds versus Man United game this weekend because I was away. But from what people have said, I think that Gruev had a good game. And I do think Gruev is a very, very capable player. And for the price we got him for, he's great. And I think, like to see him get some game time in the Premier League, because I think what he offers, which a lot of our other midfielders don't offer, is that ability to drop into the left-back position or drop into the right-back position and cover when one of our full-backs goes forward. And for those of you who did see the Man United game as well, Bogle apparently was getting forward a lot and doing really, really well in that game. So he will need cover if he's going to be really high up. Of course, Goodmanson on the other side, I've done videos about Goodmanson, how high up he'll get, where he'll want to get in the box and finish things off and get assists and stuff as well. So it's important to have those type of midfielders. And I think as well, Anton Stack may do that job of dropping in, but do it slightly differently. I think he would drop centrally right in between the two other centre-backs, who would split slightly, and then you essentially make a back three in certain defensive situations. And Anton Stack, he will take to that like a duck to water. He will be fantastic at it. It's all but confirmed, this transfer, so we just need to get him in, get his medical done, finalise it, and then we can start looking at those exciting attacking positions. So stay subscribed to the channel, hit that like button if you've enjoyed this one. On Friday nights, we're live from 6 p.m. till 7 p.m. doing a weekly transfer roundup where we can basically have a crack about everything that's been going on, talk opinions, everything like that. And as well as that, of course, we've got the shorts and the regular videos and stuff. Look out for all that. And of course, make sure that you check out the links in the description. The affiliate link to buy the new Leeds United kit. And there is also the link to my Etsy page where I sell Leeds United prints as well. So I recommend checking that out as well if you want some wall out for your office or your man cave or wherever it is. Yeah, thanks for watching Leeds lately, and I'll see you in the next one.